Good morning. What's up, everybody? So today I had my cousin hit me up. She was doing a paper for her school about people that influence her or leadership task or, you know, what's more important to have affect your life and what motivates people to be entrepreneurs and or bosses and how do they elevate their life and what keeps them motivated. So I had the honor that she wanted to do it on me. And what's crazy is, we're maybe a year apart, but, we definitely have lived different lives, but same at the same time. And it's just crazy to think that, I guess where I'm at now is technically motivating for some people, and I appreciate it. But her biggest thing was that what keeps me motivated and why do I keep working as hard as I do, or, what is my motivation? My biggest motivation, I guess, is, I want to be able to be free. And to do that is to have enough money to do whatever I want. And it's not about the essence of the money as to the quality of life that it can bring and help the people in my life that I love. So if I could take care of my family, pay off the crib, buy them nice stuff, take them on vacations, show them new things, that's what I'm about. Big on traveling, self-exploration, learning more about myself, and I feel like the best way that I can do that is to travel. And the only way that I can travel all the time and not have to worry about the normal things like paying bills is, if I open all these businesses and when everything goes right, we'll go from there. So what did it start with? I think the key thing is definitely my family. With my family, they've worked hard their entire lives, and they came from a third world country in Laos and came from nothing, essentially. Came over as refugees and made it happen with someone to school. Others just worked and definitely worked their asses off so that we could live comfortably in the world we do today. We're not rich by any means, but we're definitely okay. And they've earned it, and that hard work and that determination definitely was instilled in me young to appreciate money and not waste it on frivolous things, even though I've done that a million times. But, those are things that I've seen my parents work day in, day night, just so we have a roof over our heads and food to eat, and, so that we could afford to take a vacation once a year, twice a year. But they would literally work until they die to do it. And, that's the old way of thinking. And, no matter how good you are at your job and things like that, you'll always be taken advantage of and or underappreciated. And I know that the best way to not deal with that is to become your own boss. And that's the mentality you have to have if you want to succeed, that either you're going to be the best at what you do and strive to be better than everybody else, or you're just going to fall complacent and be with the herd and be okay, chilling, content, doing whatever you do. And that's just not a life I want to live. I want to be able to do player shit, live lavish, and afford to do nice things and make sure that everybody around me that I care about and love is taken care of. But she took the traditional route as she went to school, she went to college, she has a degree. And those, 5-6 years of her going through that piece of paper signifies that she's qualified. She doubts that, going to school is the right option. It's different for everybody. I chose not to because I was just used to working hard, and I understood that if I chose not to go to school and take the traditional route, I'm going to have to work 100 times harder than anybody with a degree. And once I accepted that, I knew that there was no turning back for me. But with her, she has the opportunity to work at these Googles and Twitters and any big marketing company she wants. And there's a difference between having a job and a career. A job is something that pays the bills, and a career is something you would do for free, something you love, something you're passionate about. And the key is to finding that and then building your life around that. with the opportunities that we're allotted from being the first generation or second generation here in the States, people can go to school, people can work, people can do whatever they want as long as they put their mind to it. The cripple of our generation is the internet, to where everything is accessible. So nowadays we get lazy, we don't want to do shit, and you just expect everything to be given to us. Most people are entitled. You got to learn that life's going to hit you in the face thinking that people are just going to give you shit. If you want something, you got to go take it. You got to work for it. Otherwise, you'll just fall, with no foundation. I think the biggest thing is to understand that it's a part of growth, and that each step is different for everybody else. But once you hone in on the key things about who you are as a person, that's what's going to build your character, and then you can build something bigger. We both share the same values, that we love and care about our family. We want to travel, we want to do these things. And I told her that the best way to do it is to focus on yourself. She's at a crossroads in her life to where she can choose to work these jobs and work her way up. But, ultimately she's not happy. Understandable. In today's age, if you're not making like over $15 an hour, you're not really living a livable wage. To be real, how you gonna be adult, travel, eat? You're making $10 an hour, you might as well just sell dope. I'm gonna be real. You're just wasting time. Not that I do that, but the crazy thing is, you can make a career out of anything, and it can start off as a hobby, and then it can manifest into something bigger. I've always been passionate about food. And people that have known me, I've always been the guy cooking at parties. I've always been that friend. And, I would sell food. And one day people wanted to buy it, and then it just took off into its own animal. I'm blessed to say that, with the work I put in and the foundation that I built, is that I know that people love my food and respect my palate and, the quality that I produce. And it took time. Nobody sees the countless hours of me watching videos and studying routines and recipes and things like that, or me traveling and eating at all these different restaurants, Michelin star, and not, most people look up to athletes and things like that. I look up to business people, and I like the Gary V's, Anthony Bourdain, the Elon Musk, things like that. Like that, it's bigger thinking. If you put yourself in a box, that's all you're going to be able to do. What's in that box? The difference is to hone what you're good at and then manifest that into something bigger. I've loved food since a kid, but the last 7, 8 years of my life, I've been in the cell phone business. I have a PhD in this, basically. So I can't just let that go to waste. I learned key things of management and how to run a business, empowering employees, teaching, guiding, showing people the way of how to improve their life on top of helping customers and doing those things. Those are key things you have to learn. You have to learn to be the best support player before you can be a leader. By any means, I'm not the perfect example, but I try to do my best, and that's all I can guarantee. The biggest thing I think that I took from our conversation is that, she's definitely looking for a reason or a purpose. Everybody's is different. So I told her, and what I tell a lot of my friends that are going through hard times and or, struggling to figure out what they want to do, is that you got to do what makes you happy. And until you can do that and you're aware of what makes you happy, then you're kind of just lost. You need to write down what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what you're insecure about, your biggest strengths, your biggest weaknesses. For me, I'm not really scared of shit anymore. Things I was scared of, I got over it. I was scared of heights. I was scared of swimming. But that was really it. So what did I do? I climbed literal mountains. I jumped out of planes. And then I suck at swimming, but went swimming with sharks and dolphins and, shit's tight. Now I got something cool to say about it. But, those are literal things. I had to push my limit. And I had told her to step out of the box. Traveling is very important. It's empowering. You learn new things about yourself. You push it to the limit. And that's what I take from every day. If I can't learn something new from you or your friends, like, you got to cut those people out. Negativity, all that hate, all that stuff is just, festering cancer. Like, you got to cut all those toxic things out of your life. So your habits, the people you surround yourself with, your surroundings, you are the 5 people you hang around. And, in the last couple of years, I've reevaluated my life. I cut a lot of that bullshit out. People that weren't really there for me, people that only wanted stuff from me, whether it be money or a position or, a favor. When I needed those things, nobody was there for me. When I was down on my ass and down on my dick, I was broke. I was slept in my car. I've done everything besides ask for help. Why? Is because I think I knew within my capability, I could get myself out of any hole I put myself into. And with that belief and confidence in myself, whether you believe it's cocky, arrogant, whatever it is, that's fine. But I know at the end of the day, there's no other excuse. There's no other option for me. I'm going to win. The people around me going to win. And that's the only option. I eat it. I live it. I breathe it every single day in daily affirmations, whatever I got to tell myself. There's no other option because that is what will happen. I've manifested things in my life that I never would have thought would have happened in a million years. Just by the power of word and speech and how you carry yourself. And carrying people is very hard. You have to select the people that are really going to boost you to the next level. Not in the sense of using them for those type of gains or anything, but like, if you're the smartest person in your clique, you're fucked. Straight up. You have to reach out to people doing things that you love or you admire and talk to them. I had homies that, I've known for years and decades, and I rock with them the whole long way. Why? Is because they're loyal, and they'll do anything for me in the sense. And that's great. And I appreciate them, and I love them unconditionally for that. Then I have friends that are millionaires, and those friends, I've learned more game from them than anything I could read in a book. They've showed me how to invest and to take risk and calculate things and be methodical in everything I do, and knowing that timing and executing is perfect. To waste a shot, to waste an opportunity is whack. So you have to think and plan and know that nothing comes overnight, but you have to put the work in. And until you put the work in, nobody will respect you. So you can't just ask for a handout and expect things to come your way. If you aren't willing to sacrifice everything to get the opportunity and rise to the occasion when it does, then you'll always drop the ball, and that's part of being a boss and a leader. Like, you have to take those L's. I've learned more from my losses than I ever have from my wins. And that's why I appreciate every single time I get put on my ass. I bounce back 10 times harder, and I keep going forward, and I don't go backwards anymore. And that's the beautiful thing I think about growth, is that there's no backstepping anymore. No matter how far I get or how low I get, my floor is always rising. You know what I'm saying? My floor is some people's roofs, and some people's roofs, my roof is some people's like fucking dirt, but I feel like every time I'm doing something better and greater, get better and better and better. So, that's just the realest part of it. Like, I just understand that it's part of the game, that you're going to have to grow and you're going to want to do things, and, evaluating the things that matter and don't matter in your life are very important. The people that are rich, they put me on game. The people that are broke, that, always been down for me, they put me on game. There's certain things you got to qualify, is like, what defines you? What makes you happy? My family, my friends, traveling, love for food. Making money makes me happy. When people ask about hobbies, I like making money. That's my hobby. If there's a way to do it, I'll do it. It's different for other people. Some people like sports, some people like games. Yeah, that's cool. There's no rush. Like, it's like gambling, it's like crack. That hit is just like sex. Every time you do it, every time you win, that's what I'm addicted to. The wins. Like, that drives me to work 10 times harder for every win that I get. Like, it's just, it's amazing. So, she asked me what motivates me, and that's what it is. It's different for everybody, but once you identify that, you can manifest anything you want. You surround yourself with people that can help you elevate your game. And then once you do that, just be ready for the opportunities that come your way. The biggest thing is, to stay focused and understand that everything takes time. I have a plan. That's the smartest thing you can do. Plan for your future. Going out every weekend is cool, but what are you celebrating? Years and years and years. I've been going out since I was like 15. Clubs, VIPs, bottles, Hervis, that's all whack to me now. I mean, it's fun to do when you're out of town, but at home, I'm not really with it. But if I didn't do those things as a kid, I wouldn't appreciate where I'm at now. I would still want that every week. I would still want to go party and do things. Don't get me wrong, hang out with your friends. It's very important to have a healthy relationship with other people and communicating and blowing off steam. But within reason and having a purpose to it is always very important. Don't just waste money like that. If I could think about it now, like the amount of money that I made between like 17 and 21 from gambling, I could have opened 10 of my businesses now. And, I had to lose that money partying and doing all sorts of crazy stuff to appreciate the hard-earned money that I get now and to be smarter about it and to make the right investments. Because I want my money to work for me. I want that residual money. I want that, thumbing through the back end money. That's my game plan. I tell people every day that, I'm going to be retired by 30. I'm 27 now. I've been saying the same thing since I was 21. I've had this plan and things just got jump-started because I started putting the right foot forward. And, that's me, though. By the time I'm 30, I feel like everything that I've worked for, I should be good. I should never need to clock in anymore. I'll have enough residual money coming through to where I can just live, travel. I'll be that YouTube guy eating food. That's funny. That's my life. If I don't, cool. I just want to have a family. I'm good. I don't need all the nice cars, nice whips, clothes, all that shit. It's bad. If you weren't solid within and, all you care about is materialistic things, then you're going to fold when shit comes to push. So just think about that. Find out what your values are. Find out what you're willing to stand for. Don't compromise that for anything. Money, opportunities, nothing. Because if you fold for something lesser, then you're settling. And once you settle, it's just a downward hill. You got to shoot for the stars, and sometimes you land one. You know what I'm saying? If you bank one, then you're good. You're good money forever. And it's not an easy life trying to be an entrepreneur or be in business for yourself. You're going to take a lot of L's. But like I said, every loss that I've taken, I've learned, and I've bounced back a million times. But finding your purpose for life, for reasoning, some people it'd be their children. Some people it'd be sports, acting, modeling, photography, cooking, mechanics, whatever it is. Find what's yours, do what you want, and, commit. It's like being in a relationship, except the only person that wins or loses is you. You can't blame people for your successes or failures. Like, the only person in control of your life is you. And once you stop cutting that bullshit and making excuses and take responsibility for that, things will get a million times better. I'm a prime example. I've been broke a million times. I'm still technically broke in my eyes, but once you bounce back, lay things out, you'll be straight. You need to be in competition with yourself. What are you doing to make yourself better every single day? And, once you find that, you hone that in, your life will just get a million times better. Just be positive, push people to be better, help people that are in need, be solid, never fold, do good business, don't be shysty, love the family, have morals, stand for something, teach people around you, empower the people around you, spend money with each other, support your friends, whether it's shows, art, music, food, anything. And that's how you win in life, man. Be solid, be happy, focus on the good shit, not the bad shit. If there's that last thing that I can give you, man, just be happy. Don't compromise your happiness for money. And when you have a goal, go after it. Don't give up, because failure is part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a winner, but nobody wants to lose. So what you gonna do about it? But follow, never starve again. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for all the peace of mind. know I've been ranting, but I appreciate you all. Thank you. Peace.